Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Sentinel's Gaiking tonight, and this is the face open version. So it's somewhat of a recolor, but with the new added features, with the new chest or torso area, and among other things. We'll take a look inside. And I really like the Gaiking, and now having the face open version, I wouldn't mind getting another one. Well, it's almost the same. And they did it similarly with the Black Getter, which is actually pretty cool. Even having the same one, it's not too bad. So here's the box here, and I got mine from Ami. I don't think there's a added bonus like the acrylic picture, or yeah, acrylic art. And on top here, it even has a toy picture there. On the bottom, here we go. Let's take a look inside. Inside, we are getting the same set of accessories as Gaiking, with a few exceptions. Oh, it's still almost the same. So the waist cape is now tattered. Let's remind you of a Black Getter. Same set of pair of hands. You have the closed fist, open hands, pair of hands for wielding his spears or the sword, and you also have a pair for holding the shield right here. Alright, let's take a closer look at Gaiking the Night open face version. Alright, here we go. So from what I've seen so far, instead of the red, we're getting gold now. And his chest is, I think, for the most part, identical. Yeah, it's actually identical, just that I painted differently on the chest here. But the face is actually, that's a different sculpt. Quite nice. And you still have that insignia on his crest. I think that's like Mario. And yeah, he looks great with this color scheme. The gold and black. Yep. For the most part, in terms of articulation, I'm just going to quickly go over it. It's the same as Gaiking. You can check out that review. Here we go. You can move this. Even move the horns independently. It's part of his transformation. You get the shoulder here. The bicep swivel. The elbow bend. Yep. A fairly articulated shoulder. Now for the torso, or the open face. What was the face open? It's kind of hard to. There we go. So that's the inside part. Although I just want to keep it close for the most part. There we go. On the back here. This thing is solid. I don't think you can move the wings here. Yep. Quite nice, and it's the same gimmick as the other one, where you remove these top plates to put the cape on. Then the skirt here on front, there are individually jointed, which is actually quite nice. Be careful though, you don't want to hit this. This is actually matte black. It's not gloss. It's nice. The matte black works well with any metallic on top of the, like the gold here. And again, you have that shifting gimmick, which is really cool. There's even gold underneath there. Really nice. As well as you get the ankle joint here. Yep. Yeah, really great. Alright, so other than that, let's put on the cape. Alright, to put this on, similarly it's the same. Take this out. Take this out as well. Put this on here. And I'm assuming the red goes inside. Just a guess. It's reversible, I guess, if you want to do it the other way around. Here we go. And it will have the inherent issue of this popping out. Yeah. I had the problem with the first one, even this one, it's not holding. Yeah, it's not holding well. I'm gonna have fun with this. Alright, let me try to fix it. Alright, here we go. And I think it's still gonna pop out. I had the same issue with Gaiking. This particularly on this back here. But likewise, there is wires on the side here as well as on the back, which just gives you a little bit more flexibility from posing while posing it. And yeah, it's great that they have that there. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a better way to put this on. I don't want to put glue on it. But it's a bit too loose. It's not a secure connection. Even with that peg, maybe if they made the peg a little longer, or maybe make that thing a little bit bigger, who knows. But yeah, well, hopefully it stays in there. Alright, so next part, let's go ahead and change out the hands and put on the shield and sword or spear. Alright, and another thing I want to point out before we get to the hand swapping thing. The shoulder here, it's matte black, and the gold on the horns does tend to rub off on that. You can easily get rid of the stain by water and some cotton swab, but it does happen. So I would say be careful on raising the shoulder too high. Yep. Anyways, on this part here, I also just noticed that this particular hand here, which I thought was for the shield, is actually for this knee, this cross on the knee here. So you can, it's some sort of gimmick. I'm not too familiar with this. But here we go. So here's the cross, and flip it over. You can only grab it from the smaller side, and once we slide it on, there we go. Holds it quite nicely. Now again, we're hitting gold on the matte finish. Yeah. Let me just see if it does stain, and it does not. Okay, that's good. But it does stain on the shoulder. So yeah, just a heads up. Let's put this back in here. I'm putting it upside down. And moving on, we're gonna remove this forearm here. It's just a lot easier, especially you putting on that wrist joint. Now we're gonna use this one here. Just gonna push it on. From what I've noticed, it's actually the same as I've pointed out on my Gaiking review. The joint is yeah, it's not flush together. Right, so let's push this in, and take your time. Sometimes the joints are really stiff, and you might want to twist it. There we go. And sometimes actually the other one is, this one's actually quite loose. Then now we have the shield here. Shield just goes here. There is a tab on the forearm right under there, and I guess actually go this way first. So put this on here, bring it in, and we just tab it in place. And there we go. You have the shield. Pushes it back in here. And again, you have the option, if you have the spear here, you can take this out. same gimmick. And you can pop that in on the arm instead. Yep. Now for the other part, putting this on the other side. Alright, so the next part, the fun part. I like showing this in my reviews. Yeah, there's no easy way to put this on. And from what I recall, you gotta put it in. Yeah, they should have just made this open up or some sort. No, you gotta slide it in. Gotta love that. There it goes. Alright, there we go. We got it there. Alright. Let's get Gaiking back up. Yeah, he's fine. It's not a big fall. Alright. So let's put this back in here. There we go. And it keeps rubbing off the shoulders. What's up with that? It's probably one of those, that would be great if this top part here is that gunmetal. That way when it doesn't rub off that horns. There we go. Maybe just lower the shoulder a bit. There we go. Alright, we got him. And again, you can always do a build since you have a second one here, but I like it with the shield. Here we go. Right next to each other, we have the Gaikings. Yep. And they look great. Now, despite having the same mold, yeah, that recolor, the different face, and the tattered cape, it does look like a different figure to me. And it kind of goes along with the Black Getter and Anti-Gurren Lagann. I think it's an ongoing trend way back. Yep. But it's amazing. And that's pretty much it for the review. And I highly recommend getting these figures right here. And if you have to choose one, that's going to be a tough choice. But I would recommend getting the first one here. The one on the left. Just the vibrant colors. You know, with the gold torso. The metallic blue shoulders. And the white face. I think that's more menacing. Plus you have the red all across. On the other hand, this one here, I just have the issue with the matte black finish. It is a dust magnet and the gold does tend to rub off on it. Yep. I really wish this was different here. If that was the gunmetal, that would just make the figure a lot better. And yep. Anyways, that's about it for the review. Hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching. And yes, you can swap the torso, and that solves the problem with the horns. Somewhat.